Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today we're going to talk about why I'm a homesteader. Someone asked me this the other day, and I came up with an answer that I had not really thought about before. There's been lots of reasons why I tell people I homestead. But really what it comes down to, and this is what I figured out with the light bulb that went off above my head is really a lack of trust. I have a severe lack of trust. And it's not really in people, although you could say that sort of. It's really just in our government.
Come on, man.
I have a severe lack of trust for our government, and that is what has made me decide to be a homesteader and to stick with homesteading, which I have talked about often on my channel. Some people choose not to do. They just can't handle it. It's just too hard. It's going to get a lot harder, especially if you're not homesteading. Homesteading is going to give you avenues of freedom, avenues of escape that you would not otherwise have. But let me explain today why I believe that I homestead as a result of a lack of trust. A lack of trust. Number one, food. I don't trust our food today. I don't trust our food system. Now this was true 10 years ago, 12 years ago. In fact, I have early episodes of us doing our series on, in American Homestead. One of our first few episodes, we talk about one of the reasons why we have a garden, because we trust our own food. We don't trust the food that's out there. That was long before we had people talking about, certain pokey poke chemicals inside of your, food products, even, garden type products, like lettuce and cabbage and all kinds of other stuff that you can get out there nowadays. Tomatoes that are gene spliced with spider DNA, all this stuff. Insane. That was before that. Now we are living in Frankenworld. People are absolutely insane. And so I don't trust our food supply. I made the point of, I don't know, maybe a year ago, I went to the store and there was one brand of chili there. One brand that's still beef chili. One brand of beef chili that still had not yet put soy in it. And then I go to the store, I check the label because I always check the labels. And sure enough, sure as shooting, they are now putting soy in that last bastion of hope. Because sometimes, I'm a single dad. There's sometimes I like to be able to just pop a can, throw it in the pot, and heat it up for dinner for the kids. But I can't do that anymore. And my kids like chili. Now I got to make chili from scratch, which is fine. I make a lot of things from scratch. But it was like that one thing when I just don't feel like making dinner. Now I can't because you're putting soy in the stupid beef chili. It's beef chili, not soy chili, beef chili. I don't trust the food system today. And not only that, but they're talking about mandated RFID tags for cattle and, pokey pokes for cattle and, certain certifications for different livestock that's going to ensure that farmers make more money and we can get quality food out to the people. And you got, food printers and all kinds of crazy. I don't trust the food supply. I want to be able to grow my own food, and I want to talk and work with others who also grow their own food. I have created a network of people whom I trust that I can get food from. In fact, I think I'm going to buy some more beef here soon. I like being able to raise my own animals, raise my own sheep. We had lamb tacos the other day, from lamb that we grew on our own homestead. I had eggs the other day from eggs that we grew here on our homestead from chickens. We're going to do some meat birds soon, So I like the ability to be able to trust my food system because I've created it myself. I don't trust the food system out there. That's one of the big reasons why I'm a homesteader. And not only that, because I care about my kids and I want them to eat healthy foods. If you don't care, which a lot of the world doesn't, you can live through the drive-through America. You can feed and subsist yourself with that for a while, and eventually you'll get diabetes and you'll get all kinds of hypertension and all kinds of other nonsense. And you're going to wonder why life went wrong, why life went sideways, at age 45. So there's that. The second reason, big reason why I have trust issues is with the school system. This is why I homeschool. I don't have to homeschool. It's easy to send your kids to public school. It's easy. And people often take the easy way out. But instead, I have seen how far low the bar is set I have seen the standards set by the public school system and the Department of Education. I want no part of that. I want my kids to succeed. I want them to do well in life. And to do that, I want them to go to good education. And you're not going to get it from the government-funded school system that is out there today. You're just not. And not only do I not trust the curriculum and the quality of teachers, I don't trust the students. Because we live in a society with moral decay, with a broken moral compass, and I have no idea what those kids are being taught at home these days, and I don't want them interacting as peers with my kids. So no, 3 strikes, you're out, school system, out. I don't trust you. You're not delivering a quality product anymore. I see so many kids graduating from the public school system who cannot read, cannot do basic math, don't know basic history. When was the War of 1812? Oh, I don't know. When was that? I don't know, 1776. You've seen all those videos out there. Craziness. All right, number 3, safety. Safety. I don't trust the system out there. Our law enforcement, their hands are completely tied. They're not allowed to go. I saw a video of a woman chasing a police officer down the street the other day, because the police officer was scared to tackle her because he might lose his job. He might lose his career. He might spend the rest of his life in jail if something goes wrong. She hits her head on the pavement, sideways, wrong way, whatever. And now he's in prison for the rest of his life because he had to tackle a woman who was a lawbreaker, but the woman decided to chase him down the road because there's no fear anymore. I don't want to be in these high population density areas because people have run amok. Again, a broken moral compass. And so I want to take safety into my own hands. I carry a gun, I'm carrying one now, and I always carry a gun. And I'm teaching my children to also, use firearms proficiently because their safety depends on them. I don't trust our government to defend us anymore. Same with our military. I don't encourage anyone to join our military. Well, Zach, this is still the greatest nation in the world. It sure is. You have lots of possibilities and opportunities here. But the reality is you're going to swear an oath to defend a constitution that our government no longer upholds. I'm not going to swear an oath to someone or encourage someone else to swear an oath to something that our own government doesn't uphold. It makes no sense. Our safety is in jeopardy here. And so I homestead out in the middle of nowhere because I don't trust the safety that our government now provides. High population density areas also come with less regulation and zoning. There are less Karens here because there's no cell service, or there's very little cell service. It's very spotty in places. There's some places you can get it, but it's hard. It's really hard to get, good cell service. And Karens love their cell service.
Karen, you are so stupid.
The other thing, and this is a big one, and we're watching all of this right now, is the money, the economy. Guys, we're $35 trillion in debt. If you had that much, GDP to debt ratio, Guido would have long come over by now and broken your legs.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground.
Our economy is toast. This dollar is worthless. The coroner has just not been called in to pronounce it dead yet. But I told you, we're either headed for a deflation or an inflationary collapse, and I believe it's inflationary because we live in a society that believes that no one is left behind and everyone gets trophies. And when banks get in trouble, you bail them out, which just puts more money into the system, which increases inflation. And that's what I believe we're headed. And so when you move and you start homesteading because you have a lack of trust, you're putting time and effort and money, as long as it lasts, into things that really do matter. See, you used to be judged on your riches by how much land you held, how many animals you had. Were you able to produce food? That's how wealth used to be judged. Today, it's cars that aren't even made of steel anymore. Dollar-denominated banking assets. Nothing of real value. There's no value in any of this stuff. These McMansions that are basically just, stick houses that you could basically bust a wall through. They're all worthless. We have forgotten what is real value today. And so we went out and we bought some land, and we bought the ability, we worked hard on getting the ability for our land to produce food, whether it's animals or gardens, or just be able to work the land and manage it. That's true value. I don't trust this anymore. One of the big reasons why I'm a homesteader, a lack of trust. Do you have a lack of trust? I would love to hear your thoughts below. Let me just say one more thing I do not trust. And I didn't move out here because of a lack of trust of this thing. It really developed since I've been out here, but it's really a lack of trust of our medical system, especially over the last few years. I have come to understand that I have so many things around me now that I live out here on this homestead that can benefit me, that do benefit me. You know, I have now become my own medical healthcare professional. You know, I'm sorry, but a lot of the professionals out there don't look very professional. They don't look very healthy. And so I have, I just messaged someone on Twitter today. They wanted some finer points on how to make their mullein tincture. You know, and I'm constantly, helping people do this, and I'm constantly doing it myself. I'm learning, I'm using these things, and I see the immense benefit. And the reality is it's because I put more time and effort into that because I trust less the system that's already in place. You've got to be in serious danger of life and limb before I would ever want to take you to a hospital. Because those places, I put doctors in the same category as lawyers and politicians. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. It's one of the reasons why I give this to my patrons. We're at patreon.com/An-American Homestead. This content was written over 100 years ago. The printing company went out of business, or the company that had this copyright went out of business in 2009. But again, Dr. A.B. Howard lived over 100 years ago. They're out of copyright, out of print, and they're full of color photos. I can give you the PDFs of these things. If you bought these on Amazon, you're going to pay at least $1,000 each for each of them. One of them, a Patreon, sent me in a picture of Amazon. It was over $1,400 now. So it's like crazy. The reason why they're so valuable is because of the information contained within. It doesn't tell you how to make tinctures. There are plenty of videos out there on that. Go do your own research on how to make tinctures. What it tells you is why you have the tinctures. Why? Again, color photos to identify and how and why to use them. This is my medicine cabinet, and I have this in my medicine cabinet because I have a severe lack of trust. All right, what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Hey, check out our merchandise over at teespring.com. You can find our Farm Fresh Butt Nuggets t-shirt, along with a bunch of other shirts, including our bestseller of all time, Stupid Should Hurt. If we had more hurt in this world, we'd have an awful, awful lot less stupid. Link also in the description below. See you next time. Wait. What is that? What is that? I can't talk about that here. We'll talk about that over at patreon.com. Patreon.com/An-American Homestead. We're going to go over that and why I got it. Very, very interesting. Don't miss it. It's not just another, review. We're going to talk about strategy. Patrons only. Patreon.com/An-American Homestead. Link in the description below. See you next time in the homestead. Bah! Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.